Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2026, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today, we are commemorating World Food Safety Day on 7th June every year. Unsafe food containing harmful bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemical substances causes more than 200 diseases. Recent estimates indicate that impact of unsafe food costs low and middle income economies around US dollars 95 billion in loss produced each year. So good hygiene practices in the food and agricultural sectors help to reduce the emergencies and spread of foodborne diseases. So access to sufficient amounts of safe food is key to sustaining life and promoting good health. Foodborne illnesses are usually infectious or toxic in nature, often invisible to the plain eye, caused by bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemical substances entering the body through contaminated food and water. So food safety has a critical role in assuming that food stays safe at every stage of the food chain, from production to harvest, processing, storage, distribution, all the way to preparation and consumption. So, with an estimated 600 million cases of foodborne illnesses annually, unsafe food is threat to human health and economies, disproportionately affecting vulnerable and marginable, especially women and children, populations affected by conflict, and migrants. An estimated 420,000 people around the world die every year after eating contaminated food, and children under 5 years of age carry 40% of the foodborne diseases burden, with 125,000 deaths every year. So, Food Safety Day on 7th June aims to draw attention and inspire action to help prevent you, detect, and manage foodborne risks, contributing to the food risks, food security, human health, economic prosperity, agriculture, market access, tourism, and sustainable development. The World Health Organization and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, jointly facilitate the observance of World Food Safety Day in collaboration with member states and other relevant organizations. The International Day is an opportunity to strengthen efforts to ensure that food we eat is safe and mainstream food safety in the public agenda and reduce the number of foodborne diseases globally. June 6th is commemorated as Russian Language Day every year. Russian Language Day at United Nations is celebrated on 6th June, the birth date of Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin, who is considered by many to be the greatest Russian poet, as well as the founder of modern Russian literature. Russian Language Day, as a result of 2010 initiative by the UN Department of Global Communications, establishing language days for each one of the organization's 6 official languages. The purpose of UN's language days is to celebrate multilingualism and cultural diversity, and to promote equal use of 6 official languages throughout the organization. Under the initiative, UN duty stations around the world celebrate 6 separate days, each dedicated to one of the organization's 6 official languages, with the goal of increasing awareness and respect for the history, culture, and achievements of each of the 6 working languages among the UN community. Language days at the UN aim to entertain as well as to inform. Today is also commemorated as a Mountaintop Removal Week on June 7th to 13th. Raising awareness about the harmful effects of mountaintop removal is the gold mountain removal. Is a method of coal mining. Companies raise mountains and clear the undergrowth with tractors. These debris get buried in deep holes and later stuffed with explosives. Miners blow out mountains apart, scooping up tons of waste with massive machines called drag lines and dumping them into nearby streams. The explosives may blow even 8,000 to 10,000 feet off the tops of the mountains to get the coal underneath. Today is also commemorated as National Business Etiquette Week from June 7th to 13th. In US, all that you can learn about business etiquette that can help you reach new heights in the professional world. In fact, though firms mostly operate for profit, they also want to build a positive reputation in their field. The goal is better achieved when they hire employees who bring their A game to the workplace. This includes people who dress to impress, as well as those who are aware of social etiquette that can be applied to their day-to-day interactions. Today is also commemorated as National Garden Week from June 7th to 13th in US. It takes place annually in the first full week of June. It is spearheaded by National Garden Clubs, a non-profit organization headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, that promotes the love of gardening, floral design, and civic and environmental responsibility. The day is about bringing more awareness to the importance of gardening and preserving gardening traditions and practices by passing on knowledge to new gardeners. Most importantly, the day is about simply enjoying gardening. Today is also commemorated as National Headache Awareness Week from June 7th to 13th in the US. To research and spread about awareness regarding the common ailment You will come across interesting ways to help cure a headache, and headaches get worse with age. So, what is the cause of the headache? It is stress related, diet related, or linked to a life threatening ailment. These are some queries that can be answered only when the extensive research is done on this topic. This is why special weeks such as National Headache Awareness Week provide help to helps thousands of people across the US and the world. Today is also commemorated as National Week of the Ocean from January 7th to 13th. It spotlights the threats faced by marine habitats and species, offers solutions on how to solve them. The ocean makes up about 70% of the world's surface, supplies about 50% of the oxygen in the world, acts as a vital source of carbon, and regulates the weather. Alongside these, it is the main source of protein for more than a billion people around the world, and it is key to our economy with an estimated 40 million people. Today is also commemorated as Scleroderma Awareness Week from June 7th to 13th in UK. Scleroderma is a condition that causes skin hardening that affects not just the skin, joints, and muscles, but also some internal organs. It often affects tens of thousands of middle-aged Americans throughout their reproductive years, with women being more affected than males. Scleroderma patients' prospects have improved dramatically in recent years, being diagnosed with an illness that no one can heard of can be isolating. Scleroderma Awareness Week was established to provide insight into the crippling disease. There is also commemorated as Shampoo Week from June 7 to 13. Every year, it is an international event that was created to raise awareness about good hair care. People are urged to learn the best ways to maintain their hair based on their hair type. Shampoo has had an interesting history from its inception to today's customized versions that appeal to a variety of hair conditioning requirements. Today is also commemorated as World Heart Rhythm Week from June 7 to 13 internationally. It is a 7-day period during which the international community raises about arrhythmias and the importance of understanding our heart rates. Arrhythmias, also known as cardiac arrhythmia, heart arrhythmia, or dysarthmias, are irregularities of the heartbeat, which include conditions where the heartbeat is too fast or too slow. So the term tachycardia is used to describe heartbeats that are too fast, is above 100 beats per minute in adults, and bradycardia refers to significantly slow heart rate that is below 60 beats per minute. It is also commemorated as the anniversary of the Memorandum of the Slovak Nation on June 7th in Slovakia. The anniversary marks the proposal of 1861 Slovakian Memorandum and is annually observed on June 7th. On this day, over a century ago, one of the most crucial moments in the political history of Slovakia occurred. The memorandum demanded a separate administrative area to be called inclusively for and by Slovaks, where the citizens would use Slovak as the official language of communication in all spheres of public life. And this was foremost attempt that emancipation by the Slovakian Republic. Day is also commemorated as International Supply Chain Professionals Day on June 7th. Is an initiative that celebrates all the workers who make the supply chain possible. The day goes far beyond truck drivers and container ship captains. It includes everyone from warehouse workers to inventory and transportation planners, export managers, load planners, and so many more. The professionals who get our favorite products from point A to point B wear many different hats and all play a crucial role in supply chain success, whether they are working behind the desk or the wheel of the delivery. As we continue to confront global disruption in the form of natural disasters, geopolitical conflict, and more professionals throughout the supply chain are left to adapt. To commend their resilience and show appreciation, supply chain management software company E2 Open is celebrating International Supply Chain Professionals Day. Today is also commemorated as dissolution of union between Norway and Sweden on June 7th. In Norway, yearly, the day commemorates the separation of Norway and Sweden. As unified kingdoms under a common monarch and common foreign policy. Norway's parliament, thus starting the moon from the dissolution. This resulted in Norway receiving what they always wanted, which was to govern themselves after years of being subject to Sweden's foreign policies. Following the aftermath of war between both nations, the day is one of the remembrance of this achievement in their history and seeks to remind every Norwegian living locally or overseas about this. Today is also commemorated as Love Island on June 7th. For viewers of ITV2 iconic show Love Island, the time between the end of one series and the start of next is placed with countdown and exactly when the new season begins. It's now known as Love Island Day, a day of celebration since the countdown timers are over and the season of excitement can start again. Love Island is the most watched show on ITV2 and among the most highly regarded reality TV shows right now. As a result, it's not surprising that fans want a whole day dedicated on the TV series and its annual return at the beginning of June. It is also commemorated as National Cancer Survivors Day on June 7th in US. The non-profit National Cancer Survivors Day Foundation rallies its forces and resources to promote National Cancer Survivors Day in the US and worldwide, as it has done since 1980. The NCST Foundation builds the holiday as a celebration of life where survivors describe as anyone who has a history of the disease from the point of diagnosis through the remainder of the life, gather friends, families, and supporters to raise awareness, spread information, provide services, and honor the services, all to show that life after a cancer diagnosis can be full and fruitful. Today is also commemorated as National VCR Day on June 7th. As we take a trip down memory lane by celebrating National VCR Day on June 7th, thousands of movies are available today on platforms like Netflix. There was a time when simply watching a film was special occasion. This included purchasing or renting a VHS tape from a video store. And no, there was not available at a cheap cost, since a lot of them effort went into viewing a flick sign. Today is also commemorated as World Caring Day on June 7th. is an opportunity for everyone to practice caring, which is needed now more than ever. The day encourages everyone to appreciate those who care and to care for them just as much by sincerely asking how someone they will. It shows that you care and can improve that person's overall well-being. And in today's competitive world, having someone who's genuinely care is a blessing. All acts of caring, big or small, are important. However, it is in types of upheaval when caring matters the most. For instance, when someone is facing health issues or certain medical condition, that's when your support and care. Today is also commemorated as Bedbug Awareness Week from June 7th to 13th in US, observed in the first full week of June every year, which makes it from June 7th to June 13th. These pests are one of the most common problems experienced by people across the world. In fact, in April 2020, 6 million online conversations in America revolved around the bedbug issue. Bedbugs are small brown colored insects that feed on insects and animals to survive. And yes, bedbug bites can really hurt. Not only are those insects near impossible to spot, but they are also tough to get rid of. This week is also commemorated as British Heart Week from June 7 to 15 in UK. The reason for this observation is to spread awareness about heart disease and help people get the right treatment. The Business Heart Foundation is UK's heart charity that founded that British Heart Week. Heart diseases are one of the country's leading diseases that is responsible for every 1 in 4 deaths. The week-long observation is also a tribute to the medical professionals for their contribution and continuous research in the heart. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations and celebrations. See you all tomorrow at the same time, same joining.